ukwenza ivideo yazi guys cha ndinensini ngibuya ku-TikTok. You are never going to believe the things that we see on TikTok. I'm even embarrassed myself. Huh? Huh, guys? Yo, izinto esizibona ku-social media because of people's desperation. Guys, yo. Izinto esizizwa ku-social media because of people's desperation. Ngila ku-TikTok, son. We are listening to things getting la. Son, sizwa izinto ey'nkulu. Nokuthi sibona abantu ney'nto abazenzayo. Bese uqonda, huh? I didn't experience it. I wasn't experiencing it. Hi, how are you? Yo, guys. I was on TikTok in a live with the Ghost Nation, and then I decided we are done. And then I decided, let me go out and, yo, I'm so scared. You must know it's very tough if the chef of a meal is gonna be going up and down, making sure this meal is making sure ukutiba, not because they are confident that they have cooked well, but they are going out there saying, it's my meal, it's very brilliant. Huh? You must know it's desperation, son. When a chef goes around saying, listen here, I cooked, eat. I cooked, eat. You must know things are tough. Huh? It's a pity some of you are not on TikTok. Saying so ikukubiza magama. Mara. Yo. Guys, sengifuna nokunin. I want to give you umgosi. I'm embarrassed on behalf of a super chef. The chef of the pot of this pot that we are dealing with, the Sensomiwa pot, is busy right now, like on TikTok, guys, chefing. Ula, chefing sana is shebo. Like, you must know it's very hectic, things are tough. Ula, chefing. Talking about today's court proceedings, guys. Ula. Yo. Hello, Ntutuzelo. Hello, Cherry. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing? I am just like, I did not expect. I know that you have a liver. You've cooked things before, but to come and cook live. And we know your voice. We know your voice. And then you come and cook live. Yo, guys. Mara, anyway, guys, how are you doing? How is your evening? Because at this point, hey, let's just talk about the proceedings, okay? Without being in a rush, Kesana. Let's just talk about the proceedings without Ghost Nation. Yes, Yungaya Ghost Nation. Mara, this one that I'm referring to right now, it's not on the Ghost Nation. It's in the other side. And there is a chef there, and we all know who that chef is, ne? If anyone goes and listen there, you will hear that voice. You know that voice. They just changed their name, but they are busy. They are busy doing the cooking. They are busy doing the cooking there themselves, talking and explaining. I'm like, oh, sir, you don't learn, eh? You don't learn anything. You don't. No, they are not going. Guys, people are not about to give up, ne? It's careers that are on the line. They are not about to give up. They are out there and they are going to do whatever it takes. They will do whatever it takes to make sure that this ship goes their way, of which the ship is sank. Honestly, Nas, son. I do have, wow. Like, I'm just in shock. Let's just do the proceedings, okay? Point for point without me being in a hurry, guys, because this part really shocked me. I was about to go to bed and I was like, hayi, there's no way. Ithani ngizonigobhozela. And if umgosi uyawufuna kahle, you will go on my Instagram and DM me there, Noni, that mgosi ophelele ongazusibophisa. And then when you will tell me uzwabane khuluma. Hayibo wena. Nginofakazi, Ntuthuzelo, nginobufakazi. And once you listen, you will hear the voice. You will know who that voice is. Subsequently. Desperation is here, Kesana is doing the things. I'm telling you. Anyway, guys, can you please like the live? I'm gonna just go through the court proceedings, everything that happened today without just not the way that we normally do. Me and Gwazi, I'm just gonna go through straight out. So today we had the cell phone data analyst, Lieutenant Kennel Stein. He is back as we know that he was back as the state witness to stand and continue his testimony on the aspect that state says needs clarification, which is the two calls that needed clarification, right? And then Usteins now turned his attention to the download by Sergeant Mushwana. And then he says that the downloads were done on the 27th of October 2014. Wait, I'm going to come back there. On the 27th of October 2014, and it was 06:13:50, meaning that it was 6:15. I don't know whether in the evening or in the morning. And then Stein gave information on what is contained on the disk, which is the downloads of Kelly Khumalo's phone. When you speak about downloads, there's a lot of things that are not making sense, guys. A lot of things are not making sense, okay? And then Baloyi asked if he's got the section of 205 of Ms. Kelly Khumalo. He said yes. And then the state now was done with the clarification, and then the defense had to start with their defense. Mara, there was that situation of the disc, and then Baloyi said that defense is the only one. Yeah. Yes, it's the only disc. And then Mchololo was like, here, Mina, I do not trust Baloyi. I do not trust Baloyi. Please beam it there. We want to see and we want to compare if what we have here on paper and what he says on the disc is the same thing. The judge allowed, because Mshololo don't play like that. Mshololo don't play like that. She no longer plays with them. Okay, and then it was Mr. Mgomezulu that had to take the stand. And then Mgomezulu asked a very interesting question, guys. Asked if Mgomezulu says, I had a look at your affidavit and it tells me you were with someone. And Usteini was like, no, I was alone. And then when you went through that whole situation, you understood that Mgomezulu was onto something there, because Ustein touched on things, legal things there about the Popia Act and stuff, of which a mere police guy wouldn't exactly know those things unless he was assisted by a lawyer. Okay, and then Mgomezulu asked you were satisfied with the content. Ustein said yes, and guess what? At a later stage, Ustein didn't even know what is contained in his statement. He did not read. You will hear this. And then Mgomezulu zoomed into the paragraph 4 of his statement. He said, before we get on with this, I just want to get the meaning of the wording on paragraph 9. And then Ustein was like, the court must bear in mind that Poppy Act was not there in 2014. Mgomezulu asked, what do you mean about this? And then Ustein, after the Poppy Act came into effect, we needed permission from the owner or the court to work on the phone. And then Mgomezulu now took us through the practical procedure of asking the permission from a person or the court. And then Baloyi objected in this. And then he said the witness has already indicated that the act was not applicable at the time. And Mgomezulu said it's irrelevant because it's relevant. No, it was Baloyi who said it's irrelevant. Mgomezulu said it's relevant because he wants the witness to answer on what the process would be if it was applicable. And then Ustein answered, Ustein answered and said, it's a simple answer. You just ask for permission. Umgomezulu asked if it was in writing or what. And then Ustein said, writing. And then Umgomezulu was like, thank you. And then Umgomezulu, so how do you ask permission from a court? Ustein, the investigating officer, will file an affidavit informing the court, the investigating officer, catch that, will file an affidavit informing the court about what the request is. It is the same as when you make a Section 205 request. Umgomezulu, do you have a specific provision as when you file a sworn statement? Ustein, yes, but you will remember that I do not do that. Umgomezulu, now you say that the act was not in at the time, but for the benefit of the public, there was no need to ask for permission when the act was not applicable. Ustein, my lord, I do not know what to answer because the Poppy Act was not there. It was something you didn't even think about. Umgomezulu said, let's go back to the paragraph where you say the act was not in place. What year did it start? Ustein, 2021. You see? Umgomezulu, the Poppy Act came into law in 2013. Do you disagree? Ustein, I don't agree or disagree because he don't know. He don't know. And then Ubaloyi rises and said, I think it is unfair to put it like that without giving the witness specifics of when it was introduced and the journey to it being promulgated. In fact, it came into law on the 1st of July 2021. Umgomezulu asked for this aspect to stand down so that he can clarify. And then the judge gives Umgomezulu the case of S versus Cooper and others to read through the adjournment. When he does this, I hate it. When the judge does this, I hate it because he is not doing it for the benefit of anyone but of saving the state. It is never about the court understanding or anything. It was about him defending the state when he does this. And Umgomezulu, when he was asking about this, yes, this part that he was talking about, because I remember he even said this act came in piecemeals, which is the Poppy Act. They started back then in 2013. There is a gazette that was allowed in November 2013. It was signed off. There is. He was not lying. Okay, Umgomezulu asked for this as okay. Umgomezulu talked about Section 205, and that's where you talked about how you apply for it. When you apply for the Section 205, it goes to the court grants the application, then it goes to the service provider. You then said the TSU provides a reference number and the service provider will grant the Section 205. The service provider will give it to you in a PDF form. I put it to you that the PDF is an authentic and original. It is real and authentic. The service provider was granted permission to grant it. Let's look at the integrity of this PDF format. It is a genuine document and cannot be tampered with. Once it is converted into a PDF, the original remains with the PDF. When downloaded, it gets into another stage of being edited. Stay, the possibility is there. Today, he was Mr. Possibility, left, right, and center, Gesan. Umgomezulu, so if we go to the affidavit of Pinky, that information cannot be disputed or changed in any way. Ustein, I agree. Umgomezulu, Pinky has already led evidence about the contents of the Section 205, the process of converting that information. Again, Ubaloyi stood up, objecting. My colleague is talking about two different concepts, downloading and conversion. Umgomezulu, thank you. During the downloading and conversion, you are not involved. Ustein, correct. Umgomezulu, during the downloading and conversion, it requires human involvement. Ustein, yes, using a program. I do not have that program. Umgomezulu, you are involved in the analysis, yes. Guys, did you understand what Umgomezulu was getting at here? Because they kept, yesterday, Ustein said that there is no human involvement. That was yesterday when he said that. But today, when Umgomezulu was saying there is human involvement, he kept saying yes. Did you guys notice that? Yes. And then Umgomezulu uti, I'm trying to demonstrate what might have caused the discrepancies. Ustein, maybe you are not getting me. Downloading and Section 205 are two different things. Please hold on to this because we are going somewhere. It's Stain that is saying that. And then Umgomezulu says, when you worked on the analysis, you were working on what you received from the investigating officer. And then Stain correct. Umgomezulu, your evidence is that you received these downloads from Sergeant Mushwana on the 27th of October 2014. Am I correct, Ustain? No, the correct one is in my statement. I mentioned on page 3 of my first statement that I received the information from Brigadier Gininda. Brigadier Gininda, not Mushwana. Umgomezulu, thank you, sir. So the downloading was done in 2014. I wanted to find out how many times you analyzed. I was confused because I have the information that you analyzed in 2020. Stain, that's correct. Umgomezulu, let's look at the period of when it was downloaded and when you analyzed. It means it was done 6 years later. Stain, correct. Umgomezulu, so from the background of Brigadier Gininda, he was appointed in 2018 in this case. Stain, yes. Umgomezulu, I want to establish if you know if there was any analysis done previously. Stain, yes, it was done, but when Brigadier and his team were appointed, he asked me to assist. Well, at this point, I want that analysis from the other team before Brigadier Gininda. Remember, guys, I once asked this, what happened to their findings? I want the findings, okay? This analysis, we need it for the court record. We need it. Umgomezulu, you said you were provided with certain numbers by Gininda. Now, in the AMB that govern that system, Stain, yes, he was provided by certain numbers by Gininda. Did you get that? Okay. Gomezulu, I understand it's an app in the SEPS. Stain, it's a program. Gomezulu, it is governed by a particular act passed in Parliament. Stain, I do not know, but he's working on it, and he says he has qualifications. He says he has a qualification, guys. Mara, he won't know where is this program that he is working from or on or into. And then Umgomezulu, the reason for you to be called is to clarify 2 aspects, particularly the 2 calls. Stain, correct. Umgomezulu, you have already given evidence in August, and in August 2024, you are recalled to give clarity on what you testified on. Stain, yes, I proved yesterday that there was no difference from what I gave last year and this year. Like I mentioned yesterday, the Section 205 is on its own, and the downloads are on their own. The Section 205 is from Vodacom, and the downloads is from the SEPS. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this, guys. I don't think this guy realizes what he is saying here. He said a lot. He was being defensive, at the same time he was throwing himself under the bus. So, Uti, yes, I proved yesterday that there was no difference from what I gave last year and this year. So, there is no difference. There is nothing different from what Pinky gave and from what he gave as evidence. That's what he maintains. Okay. Any differences between the 2? You said it assumes the status of an Excel after it has been downloaded from the conversion. Stain, when I received it, it is an Excel format. So Stain got it as an Excel format already, right? And it was given to him by Brigadier Gininda. Okay. And then, at the time when you received that spreadsheet, did you come across the difference between the spreadsheet and 205? There wasn't any difference. Are you hearing that? I want to go back to where he said he was given by Gininda. It's a pity, Mara, he said he was given all of this by Brigadier Gininda. The downloaded things was not given to him by Mushwane, but it was given to him by Gininda. That's what he said. Manje, I have moved a lot. Okay, let's move. All right. Uti Stain, and then Stain says there wasn't any difference. Where does this difference come from? Did it came from the A and B? Stain, I don't know what difference you are talking about, because yesterday I spoke about putting this in a workable document, which I gave all of you. Mngomezulu, there is something that bothers me in paragraph 5 of your statement. Stain, I did make mention that I used both the section 205 and the downloads to explain and used certain terms like MOC and MTC, which means incoming and outgoing calls. Mngomezulu, paragraph 5, line 5, Stain, Kelly Khumalo was not a suspect but a person of interest. The number of Nkani was discovered through inartis and bank statements. Okay, before we go to that part of Kelly Khumalo, guys, Stain says here, I did make mention that I use both the section 205 and the downloads to explain and use certain terms like MOC and MTC, which means incoming and outgoing calls. Wait, didn't he say those are two total different things? Downloads and the section 205. So why is he using total different things for what? Why is he linking them together but they are different? Why? Okay, let us move. I was concerned. Okay, the part that I wanted to comment on also is him saying that Kelly Khumalo is a person of interest. Maybe I need education. Isn't a person of interest someone that is being investigated or a suspect of some sort, or a target that people, the police are targeting in order to arrest or to investigate? Isn't that the case, guys? Educate me, please. Maybe I am the one who is not understanding these things. Okay, I'm not a police officer. Okay, Mngomezulu, I was concerned about the line where you say Kelly was not a suspect. What do you mean by that? Ustein, she was one of the people in the house. They are playing with words now. Mngomezulu, in paragraph 6, you speak about rebooting of the cell phone. So is there a difference between resetting or rebooting? Ustein, it's actually the same, but the device will call it a reboot. This is nonsense. How? How is me? Because rebooting is switching off your phone and switching it on. Switching it back on. That's rebooting. And then resetting is when you actually go to factory reset and then it will come back clean as if it's still brand new. There won't be anything in that cell phone. So if he is going to say that they tried, or Kelly Khumalo did a reset on her cell phone, then that means they did not get anything from her cell phone. Where did they get the information that they have? If it was a reset, if there was a factory reset done, why then do they have any information from that cell phone? Do you understand? Okay, and then Mngomezulu says, during the rebooting process, can that information pick up that information that the phone was rebooted? Stain, no. So according to Stain, this rebooting he's referring to, he's referring about resetting, right? So if there was resetting and then there was no information to pick up, then that means Stain is right when he says you can't find anything. He says no. Then where did they get the information from? Where did they get the information from if that is the case? If the phones were reset, if Kelly's phone was resetted, factory resetted, then where did they get the information from? Mngomezulu, so you were adamant that there was communication between Kelly Khumalo and IQ's 5. That is correct. So if that was the case, then how did they know if Kelly Khumalo resetted her phone? Do you guys see when Mnisi said you are already 6 feet under and now you are going to take yourselves 24 feet under? This is exactly what he meant. I'm sorry, Mnisi. This is exactly what Mnisi meant. Because right now, they are busy saying that, if he's going to speak up with this, that you can't find anything after a phone has been reset, then where did they get the information that they are referring to right here, right now, in the courtroom? the calls, the SMSs, everything that they've been talking about. Where did they get it? Okay, and then Mgomezulu wants to return to the aspect of the Poppy Act. He says he needs about an hour to go through his research, and then the court adjourned for an hour. And then Mgomezulu, when they came back, he says, you know what, I'm going to withdraw my Poppy Act question. And then Mgomezulu asked, which law did you use then? Usteni, we took it as an exhibit. Mgomezulu, but are you aware that they still had a right of to privacy? Usteni, none of them objected when the phones were taken. Usteni also speaks as if he was there. He should have answered as a person who don't know how the phones were taken. He was not there. So why was he answering those things? He should have said, no, I know nothing about that. I know not, I wasn't there. It was not me who was taking the phones. Unless he was saying he was there. Okay. And then Usteni, okay, Mgomezulu, I will at a later stage I will at a later stage that talk about argue that the rights of Kelly Khumalo and the person she said to have communicated with were infringed. The judge Gesana, you know him, he interfered and asked which rights were those. Mgomezulu, that the communication was obtained unlawfully. And then judge, I thought that accused number 5 said he did not communicate with Kelly. And then Mgomezulu, my lord, I am saying that is what is the state is saying, but I will argue that their rights were infringed. It is Kelly's rights actually that were infringed, because this one never spoke to no Kelly Khumalo. And then Ubaloyi here got up, guys, at some point and started talking about how Mgomezulu, what does he mean about that he's going to argue about the rights being infringed. And I was like, Utsena kai, how is it your business? Ungenapi, because those will be arguments. How is that any of your business? Oh gosh. And then that was the end of Mgomezulu's cross-examination. And then Ramza, guys, started. Ramsipile was, yabona yena, he is so tech-savvy, Kesana, guys. He's very tech-savvy. And then Ramsipile started. The section 205 that you received, were they only for the 4 numbers? Stain, I received more. Ramsipile, in your previous testimony, you testified that the duty was to identify any linkages between the suspects and the people that were in the house. Stain, correct. Ramsipile, in paragraph 5, you state how you identified the numbers of Kelly Khumalo. In respect of the 877 number, did you get the section 205? Stain, no. Because it was older than 3 years. Ramsipile, are we able to tell whether Kelly used this phone on the 26th of October 2014? Usteni, no, because I do not have the section 205. Ramsipile, then you say she used it at police station where she was a victim of theft. Ramsipile, if the section 205 for the numbers we are talking about were obtained in 2014, then it means the records can be archived for the purposes of litigation by the SEPs. Ustain, that's correct. Ramsipile, let's go to the number ending 447. Was the section 205 obtained? Ustain, no. Ramsipile, the next pertinent number is the number ending with the 498. I don't need to ask you about that because I know a section 205 was obtained. Correct. And then Ramsipile, the last number is also pertinent to this case, ending with 4358. I know section 205 was obtained. Yes. Ramsipile, on the 26th of October 2014, were there any activities on the 4358 number? Guys. Yo. And then Ramsipile, Ustain responds, at 1407, there were no activities on the phone. Ramsipile, until when? Ustain, until the end, because during the night, the police had the phone. Ramsipile, were there any activities on the 25th, the day before the incident? Ustain, yes, she did receive an SMS. Ramsipile, when was the 4358 seized by the police. What time? Ustein, not sure about that. As far as I know, Sergeant Mushwana and Colonel Nitling took it that night. Uramsipili Zandi Kumalo testified that upon return from the hospital, their phones were taken. In your testimony, you say there was a reboot, which means the owner attempted to delete all of the part of information. Ustein, that's correct. Ramsipilo, you put the time of the boot up to at 1 a.m. The phone was already with the police, so the user could have not been the person that rebooted it. Well, now you commented there about that. Who's that? Muhlezi. Hey! I'm coming back to your comments, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to finish here. And then Uramsipile came back. I was perplexed. Big English. I was perplexed that you said someone is trying to wipe out their phone. With my little understanding, reboot means switch off and then switch on. Did you hear that? Boot up means going to the settings and then wiping out the phone. Did you hear that? Ustein, I do not agree. And then that is why we say they go to those in-service training things there inside the company, and then they think that they've got degrees of telecommunications engineering. Now that's why he won't agree, because he doesn't know. Uramsipile, let's now go to the runaway phone. Yes! You testified that the last activity on this phone was at 21:52. And the tower was Muleleki Tower. Ustein, that's correct. Ramsipile, you testify that Muleleki Tower is in the vicinity of the Basotho Hostel. The distance between Basotho Hostel and Muleleke is about 4.7 kilometers. Do you see that? Ustein, yes. Guys, I forgot something here. When Ramsipile was speaking about the evidence of when he mentioned Zandile Kumalo testified that upon, and then the judge said no, Zandile, no, she did not, and then Ramsipile was so irritated, guys, and he was like, okay, when you say she did not, which one did she not testify on? Because she did say, and he repeated that, and he was so pissed, and you could see even the papers he had. He was doing the rata situation with the papers. He was annoyed, visible. So, and he was like, what's that? Like literally in my head, that's what I was hearing. He did not say that. I'm saying in my head, that's what I was hearing. Guys, can we please like the live, please? Thank you. I forgot about that. This judge, guys. This judge. Okay, and then Uramza says the state theory is that the runaway phone's signal dies when it reaches the hostel. According to Pingi, there are about 3 towers in the vicinity of Basotho and Muleleke. Muleleke is not one of them. It's clinics, it's Vosloorus and Mupang Khotso. Muleleke is further than here. Stain, it's possible that the strongest tower was picked up. The phone was moving, so it will pick up the strongest, so it's possible. Or Ramza, we have to determine the coverage of Muleleki. Ustein, it's possible because it's an SMS and we may use a different tower to relieve the load of the... I was like, no, even if I'm not an engineer, he's lying right now. That was a blunted lie, because how do I get a call on another tower and then an SMS on another, but I'm standing here? I was like, no ways. There is absolutely no ways. Hell no to the no. This was a lie. There is no such. And then you said the 3G Muleleki Tower was in the vicinity of a hostel. Which hostel? Ustein, not sure which hostel. I referred to a hostel. He did say Basotho Hostel the first time last year, August. He did. Ramusipile is done. Advocate Mnisi starts. And then it was lunch, and then they went to the lunch break, and then after that, Ramusipile came back again asking. Sorry, guys. asking Mugai to kindly please add there on the situation, to add certain things, I mean, on the record, and he was giving him the towers and the thing because he knew he was catching on nonsense, and I loved it, Kesana, for Ramsipile. Okay, now let's go to the other. I thought Ramsipile and Mgomezulu were exciting until it was messy, guys. Yawa Indlu, it was 4:10. The court house was on fire. The house was on fire, I guess, son. Omnis, in the stack of documents, please show me the calls that were made after the incident. Ustein, I only have section 205 until the 27th. I do not have calls after that. Omnis, let me be very direct. Let me be very direct to you. Okay, let me be very direct. You took your affidavit where you say Kelly Kumalo's number had communication on 2 different occasions before and after the incident. Ustein, it wasn't typing error. I was like, hi, my daughter. Typing error? What? Typing error, guys. A very serious one like this, that is going to cost people their freedom. Ustein needs to be arrested the Hollywood style, the Tefo way. He needs to be, when he's done giving his evidence, whether it's tomorrow or on Thursday, he needs to get arrested, please. No, he lied under oath a lot. He lied under oath a lot, guys. Yo, I was shocked. Omnis, what caused this typing error? And then I do not know. It was a typing And the other part that is making me laugh at this is that yesterday at the Ghost Nation on TikTok, we spoke about this, and there was someone who mentioned a typing error situation. And boom, 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 today, Ustein had to mention that it was a typing error. And I was like, guys, do they listen to these lives? These people? Do they listen to us like that? Can we please have the likes, guys? 71 people, only 32 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. Please. Okay, and then is it correct that the state asked you a question with regards to the 2-hour rule? Did I hear correctly that you said you forgot to add the 2-hour rule? Ustein, yes, you heard me correct. In what aspect did you forget to apply this rule? On the information of the downloads. And then what aspect did you forget to add that 2-hour rule? Refers him to a table on page 23, and then Ustein, no, that is an extraction. Zooms into where the 2 hours was forgotten in the table. Ustein, on the 2240, you add 2, and then it becomes 000. Yasuka indaba ayike from there, guys. Hey, where exactly Ubaloyi rises to inform the court that he indicated that in the time. How should we now read the table after the correction has been made? Ustein, it must read 3rd August 2014 0040. The second one is the 15th of October 1933. Uyazwapha, guys? Okay. Is it so that you prepared this information yourself and that you started with the draft before you could send it out? Ustein, yes. Is it also correct that you consulted with the state before the trial? Correct? I've counted more than 5 times where you could have realized that you made a mistake and make amends. I don't agree with you. Before we comment on this, let's comment on this on this part of the times. Ubaloyi also stood up here. He was busy trying to assist Stein with the time, and then at some point was like as if he is leading Stein, and Mnisi lost it, Kesan. Mnisi lost it and was like, Aibo, you had your time. Why are you doing this now? What's going on? Are you objecting? What are you? Why are you, while I am busy cross-examining, you are also busy standing there and doing the things? Why? You had your time and you will get the second time to do this re-examination. Why are you? And then the judge was like, no, Ubaloyi is trying to assist. Umnisi was like, no, it is highly unethical what Baloyi is doing. Ubaloyi came with a big English word. It was my first time to hear it, guys. I studied in the rural areas of Eastern Cape. That English word was new, brand new to me. He said what? Let me look for that word. I wrote it down quickly. He said Mnisi is what? Acerbic. Mnisi is being acerbic. He must not be acerbic. Mnisi is being acerbic. And I was asking people for... I remember earlier today I was asking people to explain what does that... To please define acerbic for me. And apparently it's someone who is sharp, who is sarcastic sometimes, and someone who is straightforward, saying things. And it suggests as if sometimes you are rude and sometimes you are directly saying mean things. Hey, English, guys, it belongs to England. Belongs to England, son. English, I'm telling you. English belongs to England. Okay. And then the other, okay, we now let's go back to where Mnisi says, I've counted more than 5 times where you could have realized that you made a mistake and make amends. Ustein, I don't agree with you. Mnisi, you had more than 5 occasions where you could have made amends. Ustein, I did make a statement and it was packed. I did not read it every day. I testified 2 years later. Hi, Kesana. Is Mnisi lying, guys, when he says Ustein had a time to fix all of this? Yet, because he had he was led by the state, and then he was in cross-examination by 4 people last year, which is Ramsipile, Mnisi, Mumalo, Mshololo. That's 5. And then there was re-examination of the state that and he did not correct himself. Yet now he wants to say Mnisi is lying. Okay. Mnisi, what I'm trying to show you is that you are being dishonest with the court. Ustein, don't put words in my mouth. I'm telling this court that I joined the investigation team in 2020. I have been working on this document since then. Mnisi, and at this time, guys, he was losing he was getting very emotional. Ustein. The state realizes that the road they are traveling in has potholes and you have been called to patch it. Ustein, I would not agree. I put together a statement and I'm here to clarify. Mnisi says he's got a challenge. Okay, before Mnisi said that he has a challenge, Ustein, guys, got so angry after this part of the state has realized that there is, and then he said, don't put words on, and then he was like, I can't do this. Excuse me. He wanted to be excused. He was like, do you want to leave? Do you want to leave? You're like, what to leave? Oh, okay, now on my side, I'm fine. You can leave. That's what Mnisi was doing. And Mnisi was trapping Mr. Stein to leave. And then Mr. Stein sat there. And then Mr. Stein, and then Mnisi was like, yeah, you can leave. Not the judge coming in now and attacking Mnisi. Because why would Mnisi tell him to leave? Mnisi is like, that's what he said he wants to do. I'm saying on my side. And then we are waiting on you. And then he's like, Mr. Stein knows I'm the only person who can tell him to leave in this court. Not anyone else. He knows the law. He's been giving evidence for 30 years. And then he's like, right, Stein? And that Stein is like, even more. There's him, Ustein, guys, lies were catching up on people. And lies with their short legs were doing... I am tired. I've been running a marathon kind of situation. It was bad in the courtroom. It was so hot. And guess what? I'm happy because Mnisi is not yet done. And Ustein now is becoming a hostile witness. And there's a lot of things that are not doing great, Kesana. And Urata was out of order, Sana. He was very much out of order. We sure do need a person, an engineer, to come and clarify everything, every nonsense that was said by Stein today. Everything that Stein said. And yeah. And the other part that is like making me laugh, guys, in the whole situation is that Ubalo Yena was on the standpoint of he wants the cross-examination to be about two parts. The aspect of the cell phone numbers, only those two. He wants them to stick to clarification. Yet Ustein has been singing like a bird there. Ustein has been singing like a bird there, and no one was stopping him, not even Maloy. Now here comes cross-examination. Now they want to stop people from asking questions. Kanjani? Jani? Yo, guys. And the other thing that people were not getting, I saw comments on YouTube. I was like, people are not getting Umgomezulu. Umgomezulu was dealing with processes, and he laid a lot of bases and foundation for the other lawyers to take over. Their strategy, guys, for me is working. Their strategy is very good. And then the other questions, there are so many questions that they need to ask. Umshololo, I hope she's going to ask which internet app Ntuli used to make data calls to Kelly Kumar. And the other question that needs to be asked is this question. You are saying that Kelly Kumalo was speaking to I Choose 5. Okay, tell us then, there by section 205 of Pingi, how come we have Athama forget his number? And also, how come we have Senzo's number speaking at the same time that you are saying Kelly Kumalo and I Choose number 5 were speaking? Make it make sense. I want those questions to be asked. Which internet app Nduli used to contact Kelly Kumalo? They must give us the name of the app. I get it, they are making up things. They must also tell us why is Vodacom having the information of the calls between Kelly Kumalo and Senzo and Athama Fukati at the same time that Kelly Kumalo and I Choose number 5 were communicating via the internet app or the data calls. So we want, and also, can we please show us from the downloads, on the side of the downloads, show us the calls that Kelly Kumalo received from I Choose number 5 or made to I Choose number 5. Can you will have them because you have them, you had the device, you made downloads. We want to see on the downloads, where are the calls? Where are the calls? Show us those calls, please. We want to see them. Because I could not believe, like the end was even funnier than anything else, guys. The end, it's embarrassing what is happening in the court of Rata, guys. Who stayed saying I can be excused? That's contempt. That's court contempt. I wanted him to walk so that we can see what's going to happen. Is Rata going to arrest Stein himself? Is Rata going to say, warrant of arrest? Warrant of arrest there? Was he going to do that? Was he? Instead, Rata came down on Nisi as if Nisi is the one that say, can I be excused? That's what he did. All right. But glory be, tomorrow may the Almighty God make sure that Nisi is on fire, where I want him to be on the fire situation of the 3 Hebrew boys in the Bible. 7 times 7 or 7 times 70 fire needs to be there. And Umshololo yena, guys, let's pray for her to make sure that Umshololo, the aura is gonna be here, the emotions are gonna be here. She's gonna be so chilled, so relaxed, and ignore the hell out of Maloy. Give him a look and tell him, I am busy here. Sit down. Because Ubaloyi tomorrow and the judge are going to make sure they are going to distract Umshololo. I want her to kindly, please, may the good Lord make sure Umshololo is not distracted, because she has questions to ask. She has questions to ask. Tido. Iyabophisa la Shandis. Iyabophisa la Shandis. Iyabophisa la Shandis. Abophisa. Mara umgosi, guys. The real Koposa. Utito wants the real Koposa. Let me read the comments. Okay, hi, Kahumba, Ntutuzelo, hello. Sherry, hi, Bilene, hello. Fredo, hello. Bilene, yes, Mamsi. Ngiyayithola le video benikhuluma ngayo. Ngingayithola le video benikhuluma ngayo ku TikTok if ngingaya le Ghost Nation. Which video is that, Mamsi, that you are referring to? Utumeka, I expected that from Baloyas. What? Tutuzelo, are you serious, Noni? The chef was like, oh, guys, hey. Utito, just give us a hint of Umkosi. I'm so curious. Football is here. Zimbabwe. Hello, football. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Utito, yes, a small highlight. Isis Noni, hi Makanye. Koraiza SA. The case was supposed to be an open and closed case, but something didn't work up along the way. So now, every time the state tried to fix previous mistakes, they are making even. Yeah, you can pass. They are making sorry guys, this case was supposed to be an open and a closed case, but something didn't work up along the way. So now every time the state try to fix previous mistakes, they are making even more errors. Yeah. Errors. Patience. Hi, Noni Rata is losing its stain, and the state, they are moving backwards, forgetting that their eyes are on the front. Rata will be the real witness bias judge. Stein was furious today. Hanike, he's giving too much evidence. He's giving away the secrets in the process. Cornelius, hi Cornelius. Muhlez, Mushwana resetted the phone, obviously. I don't know. Cornelius Diamonds, intloni noni kwihlabathi abantu ababezulu bathini abaphezulu. Hello. Noni, good to hear from you. Thank you, Maria. Cornelius, abantu abaphezulu bathini ngale case yo. Mlambo, hey Noni. Tito, please don't forget to give us the hint of Umkosi, please, lol. Spamandla, they will fight each other. They must actually delete each other. They must not just fight, they must delete each other. Okay. At this point, okay, guys, that is where things are. On TikTok, you can find things, guys. On TikTok, you can find the things. You can really find the things. Follow me on Instagram. Then I will hook you up. Follow me on Instagram. It's Noni_Ntsime on Instagram. I will hook you up if you do that with the Mkosi situation. Go follow me on Instagram, please. And on TikTok also. On TikTok, my account is private. If I see your names there, I'm going to remember. And then I will share the juicy details with you. Okay. I love my YouTube channel so much. I do not want to lose it. So, yes. Guys, that was what happened in the courtroom today. And tomorrow morning, guys, I'm looking forward to your comments and everything. We're going to go through your comments tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock until 10. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. We will go through your comments and everything, and then from there we will go straight to Judge Rata and see what Mnisi has in store for us, guys. So that is what happened today. That is how things went about in the courtroom, guys. So the deal is, if you want them to see like the full details of Mkosi, follow me on Instagram. It's Noni_Ntsime. And on TikTok, it's Noni Ntsime. Please look for me there. Then I'm gonna send you the Mkosi. Otherwise, you should know it's desperation when you see the chef doing the things himself. When the chef comes and do things himself, you must know. Who's this one? You must know. Not this person coming from YouTube straight and is like, hey Noni, I'm just coming from YouTube live, please. What is happening? Hi Wena. Hey Wena. Hey. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna send you a link, don't worry. Then you listen. So you must go and follow me on Instagram. You will find the things there. Let me look. Do I have any? See who messages you. I don't have anyone trying to follow me except for this one. So I got that. I'm gonna attend to you, ne babes. I'm gonna attend to you, girl. I'm gonna attend to you. Tido, go follow me on Instagram. Spamandla, follow me on Instagram. Lambo, Cornelius, Maria, Muhlezi, Makanye, Patience, Cause Coraiza, SA, Mamsi, Football, Tutuzelo, Tumeka, Abilene, Frendo, Edith, Sherry, Kahumba or Zahumba, guys. Thank you so much for joining my live. I really appreciate you. Do you have TikTok, Tito? Because when I'm born, we are ifuna le ndaba. Do you have TikTok? Do you have TikTok, my guy? Guys, 51 people, only 42 likes. Come on, guys. Can I get at least the 450? Can we please like the live? Like the live, like the live, like the live. Like. Ooh, okay. If this is like the live, please accept live. I am getting options. Yes. Like the live, guys, please. Delete. Come. Did I not speak to this person here back? Okay, I did not. All right. So, Tido, do you have TikTok? What do you have? You know who the master chef is most on the Senzo Mewa case, right? The one person that was cooking everything there and the cooking went left. Who is it? And to think that Umgomezulu did say that there is a party course here, there is a cooking, and people were like, he's reaching. They were like, Umgomezulu is reaching, and guess where we are today? What are we dealing with now? Where we are, what are we dealing with? Is he reaching? Is he reaching? Is he reaching? I don't trust that you do not have a... What do you have? Which social don't do you have, Tido? Because you do want most the news. Can you guys please like the live? I'm waiting for your likes. Please, I'm waiting for your likes now. I'm waiting for your likes. I'm waiting for your likes. I'm waiting for your likes. I'm waiting on your likes. Can you please like the live? Thank you everyone for everything. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Actually, I do appreciate you guys because the things that you do for my channel are not to be mentioned. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Okay guys, your turn. Ask me anything. We have 1 minute. Ask me anything that you want to ask besides the details of Umkosi. Umkosi is that now I do not believe that the master chef is going to even go on TikTok lives and be speaking about the case in his own capacity, not even sending any lapdogs. I was not ready for that. Marake. Mara ke, it happened. Shameful. It must be desperation, guys. It has to be desperation. Because if you are a chef and then you go to people and say, I cooked it, it's nice. People want to eat and taste and tell you themselves how it tastes. When now you are like, I cooked it, it's nice. Allow us. Allow our tasting birds so that we can tell you if this stew is nice or not. You cannot be forcing it down our throat that it's nice. I tried. I tried. You cannot be telling us that I'm the one who cooked. So it was a situation like that. Ngithi kuni uchef ebebhizi explainer yonke into ibikhulunywa ngumnisi. Make cementing it on people's brains abangenaqondo. Ukuthi it was right into ebikhulunywa ngustain everything. Ephikisa everything ekhulunywa ngumnisi. Hey guys. That's exactly what was happening there. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.